So let's get right to it. When you do your essay, this one's, for example, it's really good. Just remember MLA format, and there's a couple things that we need to talk about. When you do statistics or any sort of uh, research, you need to tell me where you got this information from. So if you look here, it doesn't say where you got it. So you have to say according to, and then tell me where you got the information, right? But other than that, the essay is pretty solid. But again, when you have numbers, when you have statistics, make sure that you tell me where you got it from. The other thing is this looks like it's part of the notes. Remember, on your final draft, we don't want the notes, right? On your final draft, we want this to look like a research paper. So we double space it, Times New Roman, and then there you go. The only thing missing, and I don't know if you remember, on Wednesday I told you on Tuesday I told you I needed a works cited page. And so when we do a works cited page, when we did this assignment, I told you to just copy and paste the link. That was just as a placeholder. But once you have that link, so if you go back to Tuesday's asynchronous lesson, right, I'm going to go here. I asked you to paste the source. Now, because this student doesn't have the specifics of where she got the information, I can't really go find it because I don't see anywhere. Now, granted, I'm doing a quick little cursory sort of revision. I can't really find where she's getting the information, but let's assume that she got it from this website. Okay, you're gonna take this link now and you're gonna format it to MLA. There's a lot of ways to do this, but this is the way that I know how to do it best. If you know a different way, by all means do that. So what I do is I go to OWL, Purdue, MLA, right? MLA, works cited, and I go here, and after that I go to here, right? So I'm just gonna paste my research paper, and then I'm gonna click cite. Give it a minute. I don't know why it's not working. Let me try it again. So I'm gonna paste it on here, and I'm gonna click cite, and it's searching for the source. It found it. See, it says one result found. So now that it found it, I'm gonna click cite here, and it has the article title, the URL, the website, and the date that I visited. I'm gonna click continue. And then you can add more things if you want to, but most of the information that I want is already pre-filled out. So, if you wanted to do more, you can do more. But for now, this is fine. So I'm just going to click complete citation. Okay, and there it is. Now it's proper MLA format. All I need to do is copy citation. This is where we get in trouble because now I'm going to go to my document, and when I copy it, you're going to notice that the font is going to look different, right? And so I want to make sure I keep text only. Actually, no. Did it come in right? Actually, it came in right. Usually it won't come in like this. See, like if I select it, it actually came in correct. So you may not have that problem. But if it comes in a different font, so if it comes in Calibri, it's going to throw off your entire paper off because it's not formatted correctly. So make sure that when you paste it, it still follows the format. So that's what you're going to do, right? You are supposed to write your essay and then give me a works cited of the one source. Remember, we talked about one source for the assignment. If you have two, that's fine, but we were looking for just one source. And again, I'm not expecting perfection. I'm expecting to do the best that you can with the knowledge that you have. We can always go back and make things better. So if you haven't done this already, please make sure that you do it. The next thing that we're going to do, right? The next thing that we're going to do, so we just talked about the substitute lesson. Now we're going to talk about the 2.02, which is what I'm expecting to cover on Wednesday. When we do 2.2, again, that's just building background knowledge for the book we're going to read, which is Tuesdays with Morrie. It's a memoir, and I talk about that in the PowerPoint slides. In order to get a better idea of what we are reading, you are going to go, and I'm going to use period 4 for now, because that's where the assignment is. I'm going to put it on period 1 and period 5 as soon as I'm done recording, and then I'm going to post it here. So when you check on Wednesday, everything you're going to need is going to be on the post section of Teams. So if you look at the assignment, there's two things available to you. So I'm going to watch this, or I'm going to show you the student view so you see your view. These are the PowerPoints I was telling you about. These are the lessons PowerPoint with the audio. You can click on it and watch it at your leisure. And then this, okay, is the entire lesson for Wednesday. You're going to read. So first thing I would do is I would download this document. And there it goes. It's stripped across the bottom. I'm going to open it. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to read this information on ALS. And because it's not a physical copy, what I would do is I would highlight information that I find interesting. Or the other thing that you can do to take notes is you can insert a comment. So let me make this a little bit bigger. You can insert a comment, kind of like like you would take notes on a piece of paper, or you can do a text box. And with the text box, you can write notes for you to just remember. You can do one or the others. After you read that, you're going to read this article, Mom's Long Goodbye, by the Associated Press. Once you're done reading those two things, you're just going to finish by completing this post-reading assessment. It's a formative assessment. This is what you're going to turn in on on Thursday. This is what you're going to turn into Florida Virtual. But I want to do it on Teams first to kind of build towards the end. So these are the questions. And the questions, again, have to do with the two articles, this one and the background on ALS. So let's look at the first one. Using support from your research materials, those are the two things up there that we just saw. Identify and explain any political, social, economic, or cultural issues that may shape the story. Okay, right here, I assume they're talking about Tuesdays with Morrie, so you might say something like, based on the reading of the two materials, I can make an educated guess that Morrie is going to be hindered by ALS. Okay, and then your source can be, again, this long article. And you can just say Mom's Long Goodbye. Or it could be the first one, so you can use both. Right? You can say, and it's the background on ALS. Background on ALS. Okay, so now you would go to the next question. Imagine what it would be like to live in this situation using supporting details from your research. Discuss the greatest challenges people might face under these circumstances. So it's asking you to imagine. So you would say, based on the text, I can assume that living with ALS would be difficult because, and then you would answer, and then maybe or be sure to add examples from the text. For example, in the text, Mom's long goodbye, the author illustrates, and then tell me, either with a paraphrase or with a direct quotation. Okay, and again, you might just copy both of them or just the first one. Okay, so I might just copy the first one and put it here, and I'm done. And then I would move on to the next one. Based on your research, describe how these circumstances would affect a person's identity. So again, right, a person's identity would be shaped by, and then tell me. And again, your two sources, you can again go back and copy these two sources, right? And then just put them here. Now, once that's done, remember, this is on my downloads folder. I have to go save it. So I have to go File, Save As. Then I'm going to use it. I'm going to save it on my desktop. Choosing your own path. Please save it on your OneDrive. I'm going to use that. I'm going to save it on my desktop to show you how to turn it in. And then save. Choosing your own path. I'm going to put student example 1 and then save. Now it's on my OneDrive, or in this case on my desktop. It's finished. I can close this out, and close this out as well. I can go to here. Remember, you guys have a button here to upload the work and a button here to turn it in. What I just finished showing you, that's what you're going to turn in right here on Wednesday. And that's all I need you to do. So just in closing, remember, we talked about how all these slides, they are available on Teams. Okay, and the only thing we talked about right now in the video is we clarified what I need for the substitute work, and we clarified what you're doing on Wednesday. So those things are going to be available on your classroom posts section. So if I go up here, once I'm done with this recording, it's going to be right here. You see how up here I have information, then it'd be the same. Once we're done, I'm going to put it here as well. I hope that helps. Again, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to give me a holler. Remember, you can click Meet before or after school, and if I'm in my classroom and I'm not busy, it'll ring me up, and then we can answer any questions. If the assignment doesn't make sense, reach to me. For example, this student here, I didn't get how to really do this essay, what he could have done. Now I called him during my office hours today. He didn't answer, but what he could have done is click Meet, and I would have picked up and helped him out. Okay? All right.